So, be getting everything all set up here. And these are also going to be going on some rims here. I guess when you do some burnout videos, you have to replace tires. So we'll set you up right here and get everything. I may get lucky and keep this cross brace on right here and just be able to slide the tranny back, because all I have to do is separate it from the engine right here, and same over here, separate, pull the starter off, separate from the engine, and if I can get it back 6 inches, slide it straight back, keep it above the exhaust there, I should be able to keep the tranny up in here. Just put something underneath right here to support it, slide it back, and get the new concentric slave cylinder put in place. And right there is the elbow that comes out from it. And then that aluminum wrapped plastic line will be replaced with my stainless steel braided high pressure line. And that should get rid of my problem, the spongy. That's a lot of wire ties, zip ties, kind of messy. Clean this up. But that should get rid of my dead clutch pedal, so I can get back out and start enjoying this again. So let me put you back over here. And it looks like 12 millimeters. Grab some 12 millimeters, 12 millimeter wrenches and socket, and get to work. Well, I had to break out the new big dog, 300 plus piece cobalt set, so I can start on this actually, and took off the cables so I can get the starter off here too. She's a little bit in the way. So 10 mil. Let's use this to see if we can get the hard ones out first. So we got one clear up here. Okay, that's gonna be a 10 on a swivel. An extension to get that baby out. So I will be back. Alright, and I'm back. Gonna cut a couple zip ties and put one up here on the starter so I don't end up wearing it. Sensitive port, let's call it. just too snug, I think, to get off with your fingers. All right, after fighting for a few minutes, I finally got a couple extensions and a swivel. Now I can get the 10 mil off the top of the starter, because it is up and around behind the exhaust and under the motor mount, so it's in there. Just fighting the whole way. This is what I ended up doing: a couple short extensions and a swivel. I did the adapter because it's actually a swivel adapter, so swivels on the head a little bit more, gives you just a little bit more play. You need all the play you can get to get around. There's a couple of things you got to get around. Take advantage of all the help you can get. Oh yeah, she's just on there good. All right, poor man's brake. Actually, let's get rid of one more. Oh yeah, plenty of working room now. One more up there. I can see a lot of daylight up top. Yep. May even just be easier to get. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything away behind the head. That may be easier just to get from the top. So these are 12s down here. I think I brought a 12 millimeter. 12. Yeah, maybe they're bigger. Yep. So we do have 13 in this set. And jackpot. Bring the 12 back out. Okay, next we are taking off the cage for the drive shafts and the support for the shifter. So I don't know what kind of angle I'm going to get up here, but we'll try and get up in here. And I already loosened these up a little bit. I haven't got to the sides yet. drive shaft. Got the cage off. Man, it's really flimsy at the top. Needs maybe some new bushings on there or something. Okay, so that's going to be tomorrow. We'll drop the drive shaft tomorrow. I'm not worried about doing it today. I just want to make sure I can get everything loose, and it looks like it's all coming good. So, cage, tail, the whole front's all loose. Wires out of the way, starters off. I did notice when I was doing some editing that over here on this side, the jack stand looked like it was leaning. I don't know if it does now or not. I won't be able to tell until I do some editing today. But I put a second jack stand over here. The other one looks fine. And it's always safety first. As always, that's why I only had one glass of wine today before I come out. And to give you a rundown, about a month ago, I had a new clutch and pressure plate put in the car, and I think the master cylinder went out. It was leaking right here at the very edge a little bit, and I started losing my pedal. I started getting a dead pedal, so I replaced it. I used the siphoning pump over there, the vacuum pump, and poured vacuum, and I could not get all the bubbles out no matter how many times. I think I did it 5 times. So they said it may be a CSC, concentric slave cylinder, which is this, which goes underneath the bell housing, which is all this work is being done for. Or it could be something wrong with the plastic line that comes, so I got a high pressure braided line. So that's the reason I'm dropping the trainee, is this actually goes around the front shaft of the trainee, so I have to drop the whole trainee or push it back out of the way, whichever one I can do, so I can get this in. It bolts up underneath the bell housing, and then I'll run the new line, and then this actually goes into the master cylinder and connects into the slave cylinder via a little elbow. I'm actually waiting for that. That will be here tomorrow, they said. So then everything on the supply line for the fluid will be brand new, so that should get rid of my problem. And that's what this whole fiasco is about with this car, because now I cannot put it into reverse or first gear. The clutch will not engage, so I'm working on it. I have pulled off the 4 bolts holding the front U-joint of the drive shaft to the tail of the tranny. And I came across something peculiar about that, and I have 4 12-point and 1 6-point bolts holding it on. So it looks like one sheared or something, maybe, or they lost one, but it does look like grade 8, so it does look sufficient. And also, since I put my cutouts on here, the one was right in the way of my driver's side carrier bearing bolt, so it was a little hard to get out, but they are out. And I don't know if you can see, yeah, the drive shaft is free and the carrier bearing is free. I may have to go to the back to get it completely out of the way and drop the whole thing and pull it back. I will see in a few minutes. I haven't been back that far, but just an update. Next will be to look up in there and see what I have to do to get my shifter, the boot and all that disengaged from the trainee, so that I don't mess anything up. Well, I had to run out and get me a transmission jack. Got it all assembled, ready to go, and we'll see if we can get this trainee at least dropped down tonight so I can take a look in it. It's about 7:40, so I don't have much time left. Maybe half hour, 20 minutes of light, so I'm gonna get right at it. Well, I had to call it a night. It's getting late and the skeeters are out. I already got bit a few times. I did find out that my buckle on my ratchet on my transmission jack won't work, so I just had to tie it off really tight. But so we're just gonna stay over tonight. Train is loose. I just got to take off the back cross member, and the O2 sensors are in the way of that, so I have to pull off O2 sensors. So, but it's just hanging in there on the dowel pins and on the back cross member, so it's ready to come out. Tomorrow, it's another day.